missing like the business part of it. Like we need to get that money back from my mom.
Oh.
So you know, I was always into the music, like wanting to be a singer, trying to learn how to fuck with instruments and shit, but it didn't work out.
Right.
I joined the band in high school and all that. The furthest it went was playing the drums.
And to be honest, not to cut you off, I did a little research. They told me you were really knowledgeable in school, like you wasn't a dumb individual at all.
No.
They told me you was very sharp.
Very, very, very sharp, man. Nothing under a 3-point average. And I mean, I really didn't apply myself. I just had like common knowledge that was actually book knowledge. You know, the only reason I didn't excel and I didn't choose to excel is coming from California. You know, you think different.
Facts. Nah, that's facts. That's how it go.
You know,
Facts.
You're broad. Now it's not with the internet and all that. Everybody's on the same level.
Right.
But in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, you kind of exposed to more stuff and you know what it is. And a lot of people don't know that, like my brothers and my dad and them that was involved with the gang shit in California was a spinoff of the Black Panther movement. So I was raised militant and understanding when you're not being treated right, you're not being treated fair. So in Eunice, I dealt with some serious racism, and I could tell that the teachers was not into educating us or taking the time to really educate us like they were doing white kids. I actually walked in class one time early because I needed to turn an assignment in, right?
Right.
And they had new books, civics books, and all the white kids in class was already there. They got a secret message like to show up early to get the new books. And then when we got there and the other black kids got there, we got the hand-me-down shit. So shit like that I kind of noticed, you know what I mean? And then I got enlightened about, you know, troops, you know what I'm saying? Like Nation of Islam, you know, people reached out to me as a kid. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America, you know what I mean? Slavery wasn't an indentured servant. You were actually a slave, you know what I'm saying? So education didn't really, I didn't excel in it because I didn't see really a point in it. All I needed to really do was graduate high school, and that's all I did, the bare minimum. And I guess my bare minimum was like 3-point B average, you know what I'm saying? So,
that's pretty good though. Yeah. Some people are like that. They don't have to read or study much. They can obtain information with just looking at it.
Right.
So, okay, start peeling more layers back for me. So from high school, you telling me how that went. You let me know how pretty much Moms was your first person to introduce you into music from poetry. So tell me what's next. What came with music after high school? What was the next play after high school?
Well, I'd have to back it up because to add, you know, to answer the question, you know, when did I start writing, to go back to that question, on the hits. I don't know if you remember that.
Putting on the hits?
Putting on the hits, it was on TV, like when you can go and imitate people's music.
Okay.
Kind of like that show LL Cool J on MTV, kind of like that. And we had a teacher named Miss Sheila. Her name was Sheila Lowe, but at the time she was Sheila Darracell. We used to call her Miss D. And she ran the drama department. And she took a liking to me. You know, she could tell like I was articulate, I was talking, I was knowledgeable. So when band was over, like when football season was over, we played the band and shit. She was like, I want to recruit him into my drama class. And I wasn't with it, but they had a whole bunch of bad females in drama class. So I was like, yeah,
okay.
So it was a setup though, you know.
Right.
She saw something in me.
Right.
So for a grade, all we had to do was participate in her programs. We ain't had to do nothing, just show up. If she wanted us to do a lip sync contest or play Santa Claus in a play or whatever, we'll get an A. So she had put on the hits, and they had a list of songs that you could choose from, and I ain't like none of them at the time. Fat Boys had just came out. Now the Fat Boys wasn't.
What year was this? Just so I'm a timeline.
84, 85. This
84, 85. Okay.
Yeah. So the Fat Boys was out, but before 84, 85, I was already exposed to Run DMC, Sugar Hill Gang, Houdini. That's about the deep as it got.
Okay.
Rap really hit me, and the first rap record that I got really into and knew that it was rap music was a song called Haunted House of Rap, Houdini.
Okay.
It's Mr. Magic that put that compilation out. It was called Haunted House of Rap, and I just heard the beat and it kind of caught me. And then, of course, the breaks with the Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow with the breaks, Sugar Hill Gang with the Rappers Delight, I heard all that. But that was like bubblegum to me.
Right.
But when I heard Run DMC, Sucker MCs, and that was like some different shit.
Right.
So me trying to imitate somebody in a talent show, I related to the Fat Boys because I was a fat dude. So we ended up doing a song called Fat Boys Are Back or whatever. And the crowd loved it because we was up there dancing and shit. So from there, she kind of like, you know, asked us like, do you write? Have you ever thought about writing your own songs or whatever? So there was this campaign about cigarettes and shit, teenagers smoking cigarettes. So the first rap I ever wrote was called Cigarette Smoke. And it was dope, you know what I'm saying?
So that was for the actual, that's for school. That's you performed it in school.
Shit, yeah,
Okay,
school
okay.
shit.
So how everything went at the, so it's pretty much a talent show that you had. Okay, so explain how it went.
Well, they wasn't with it at all. The school wasn't with it at all because it was rap music, you know what I'm saying? But we were so cold with it, we came out with the little chant and shit. I still remember how it goes. And like the beatboxing, the dude was beatboxing, and it was like cigarette smoke, and then he would cough. He was like, you know, it was just cold.
Right.
And then like the crowd would just go crazy. So every time I would participate in this rap shit, I was relating to the crowd. So I kind of seen where my congregation was. You know, I was always a star football player.
Oh, really?
I was always known in the hood. I'm from the sub, you know, sub niggas ran shit in Eunice, you know what I'm saying? Niggas in Opelousas know about the sub, niggas in Lafayette, Crowley.
Facts.
They know where that's at.
Facts.
I'm front line on that, so I was always popular, but this shit here was like some different shit that I was good at.